So these collages here are part of a series of collages that I've been working on for a couple of years now. And in them I'm incorporating images of an actual tree that grows here in Fairfield, and someone has actually written the word world on that tree. So it actually exists with that word world on it. And whenever I go past it, I think, wow, it's the world tree. So I've done a series of photographs of it and incorporated them into these collages. And I just think it's a perfect example of how something that's local and natural and part of our world can also be seen as an archetypal energy in a way. So I find that collage is a really good way to express that kind of a thing, where it's one thing, but it's also another thing, and it's just in how you look at it. It's a tree, but it's also something from mythology, something that connects with a much bigger way of looking at the world that we live in. So I have these trees, they're collage, my photographs collage, but also I've painted into them and made them go up into the stars, and I love looking at the images that you see, photos taken with these big fancy telescopes, where you see these cloudy formations, nebulae, things like that. So I wanted to bring that kind of imagery into these collages. So I've been having a lot of fun with them, painting stars, and then bringing in other elements, just a few simple elements that corroborate that idea of the local and then also the archetypal intersecting in that way. And then I have some other works over here. Well, here's one of my paintings. This is one there's been a series of these nests that are in the night sky. And it's just, with anything like this, I find that I do something because I want to see it. I paint it or I collage it. I work with these images. I want to see something, and then I come up with almost like I come up with the ideas or the reasons afterwards. And with these, it's like the nest is it's something very familiar, and it represents home. And in a way, a bird's nest always strikes me as somewhat miraculous. That a bird could create this with their beak and their claws, and that they collect the materials and make them. So I've placed these nests, these sort of small, precious little familiar things, in the vastness of the night sky. So there's a contrast there, but also the night sky is something that is very familiar to us as well, and it's home. It's part of our home. So in a way, they're not that different, and there is that interconnection. And also the way that I paint these nests, if you look closely at it, you'll see that it might not be a nest. It might actually be a collection of gases and windswept, starry trails, and it might not be what you think it is. It could be something else entirely. So I enjoy that ambiguity. These are another series of collages that I've been working on concurrently with the World Tree collages, and I started off a few years ago. I started painting honeybees and beehives, and because of my concern with the things going on with the honeybees and how threatened they are, and I decided to take that imagery into collages, because to me the situation is an eye-opener, an indicator of how interconnected all life on this planet is. And so that's what I'm expressing in these pieces, is honeycomb, almost like a web of life, and then, you know, other creatures and elements of culture, but how it's all interconnected and it's one. And it's a simple realization, but one that we seem to have to be reminded of over and over again. So I'm just exploring different ways of expressing that interconnectedness of all life, and I call these the evidence of one, or evidence of oneness collages.